The true meaning of supernatural powers. In Buddhism, what truly matters is not the supernatural powers themselves but the wisdom and compassion they reveal. The existence of supernatural powers merely illustrates the potential of the mind, but these potentials are not the core of Buddhist practice. Instead, Buddhism emphasizes spiritual connection, which refers to achieving inner awakening and enlightenment through practice. This spiritual connection is the true path to liberation. 1. Supernatural powers of wisdom. Buddhism holds that the supernatural powers that are truly valuable are those that manifest wisdom. This wisdom includes a profound understanding of cause and effect, insight into the interdependent origination and emptiness of all phenomena, and enlightenment regarding the nature of self and the world. The supernatural powers of wisdom help us see through the illusions of the world, perceive the true nature of things, and thus attain inner peace and liberation. 2. Supernatural powers of compassion. Buddhist practice not only focuses on personal enlightenment but also emphasizes compassion for all sentient beings. Through practice, a practitioner should cultivate not only their own wisdom, but also boundless compassion to help others achieve freedom from suffering. True supernatural powers are demonstrated through compassionate actions, transcending the self, and benefiting all beings. 3. Transcending the pursuit of form. Buddhism teaches that the ultimate goal of practice is to transcend forms and phenomena, achieving inner peace and liberation. Attachment to supernatural powers or any form of external achievement is a hindrance. Only by letting go of the pursuit of supernatural powers and focusing on inner cultivation can one progress toward true enlightenment. Although supernatural powers are part of Buddhist practice, their limitations and potential dangers remind us not to become attached to these extraordinary abilities. In the Samyutta Nikaya, it is recorded that after the Buddha's cousin, Devadatta, became a monk, he was single-minded in his pursuit of supernatural powers. Both the Buddha and his disciples refused his requests, but eventually, his own brother Ananda taught him the method for cultivating these powers. Devadatta quickly attained the 5 supernatural powers and used them to gain the economic support of King Ajatashatru through displays of these abilities. Further, Devadatta attempted to seize leadership of the Sangha from the Buddha, leading to a temporary split in the community. However, when the desire for power and status arose in Devadatta's heart, he lost his supernatural powers. In the Ekotara Agama, there is a story about a monk named Shariputra who, despite attaining the 5 supernatural powers, could not resist the temptations of women and returned to low life. One day, while he was playing with 2 women at his house, he encountered Ananda on his alms round and felt deep shame. He requested to re-enter the order and practice. This time, Shariputra attained arhatship. However, the public and non-Buddhists doubted and ridiculed him, asking, "Is it possible for an arhat to return to lay life and break the precepts?" Shariputra explained that previously, he had only attained the worldly 5 supernatural powers and had not yet become an arhat, which is why he fell. Now, as an arhat, he would never fall again. It is said, engaged in worldly meditation, one ultimately does not attain liberation, cannot achieve extinction, and returns to the 5 desires. And also, the worldly 5 supernatural powers are not true practices, and one will eventually lose them. The 6 supernatural powers are the true practice. From these accounts, we can understand that, according to Buddhism, precepts, meditation, and supernatural powers are all worldly phenomena, not separate from the physical form and the realm of existence. Attaining the 5 supernatural powers mainly enhances one's physical and mental capabilities and expands the scope of activities, but it does not address the elimination of desires or the cessation of afflictions. For example, although Devadatta had the 5 supernatural powers, his capabilities increased, as did his desires. He sought to use his supernatural powers to gradually gain the trust and support of the king and seize leadership of the Sangha. Similarly, although Shariputra had the 5 supernatural powers, he could not resist the temptations of women, highlighting the limitations of these powers. The basic requirement for supernatural powers is to maintain an undisturbed mind as clear as a mirror. Once the mind is drawn too much by worldly desires, it becomes defiled and bound, losing its clarity and freedom, leading to the natural weakening or even disappearance of supernatural powers. Therefore, in Buddhism, the worldly 5 supernatural powers are seen as highly dangerous traps. They may become a more powerful force that pulls one back into worldly desires, leading to a situation where even the most basic precepts cannot be upheld, causing all previous practice and effort to be wasted. Thus, the Buddha advised his disciples that true practice lies in the cultivation of wisdom and compassion, transcending attachment to supernatural powers and ultimately attaining inner tranquility and enlightenment. The true essence of Buddhism is liberation, not supernatural powers. As the Buddha taught, practitioners should approach supernatural powers with the correct mindset, seeing them as a part of the path rather than the ultimate goal. As followers of the Buddha, after understanding the meaning of supernatural powers, we should neither dismiss them as superstition nor blindly worship them. Instead, we should focus on cultivating right faith and right view, diligently progressing in the study of merit and wisdom. Supernatural powers are a sign of progress in practice, but they also serve as a rigorous test. Possessing these abilities means that a practitioner can transcend both the sacred and the secular realms. In the worldly realm, they have great power, capable of changing many of the rules of the mundane world, which may lead to worldly worship and the gain of fame and fortune. However, fame and fortune are the sources of desire that practitioners urgently need to avoid. Therefore, supernatural powers are a significant test for practitioners on the path to nirvana, testing whether they can reject the temptations of worldly fame and fortune and whether they understand that supernatural powers are merely a phase of practice, not the goal. The prerequisite for using supernatural powers is to have the correct wisdom as a guide, and not to indulge in the 5 supernatural powers. What is important is the pursuit of the liberation that comes with the extinction of outflows. The power of supernatural abilities represents a monk's superhuman capability to achieve whatever they wish and freely transform, symbolizing the practitioner's liberation from the constraints of time, space, and materiality, embodying the free and unimpeded style of life. Buddhism teaches us not to be infatuated with or pursue supernatural powers. True freedom comes from the mind's ease, not from external superhuman abilities. In the Platform Sutra of the 6th Patriarch, it is mentioned that Mahaprajna Paramita is the supreme wisdom that transcends life and death and attains true freedom. Supernatural powers are part of Buddhist culture, but they are not the end goal of practice. Buddhism reminds practitioners not to become attached to them, but to focus on the cultivation of wisdom and compassion. True liberation lies in inner awakening and tranquility, not in the pursuit of supernatural powers.